Have you ever had a tamale? If you've ever walked the streets of Mexico, or even just been lucky enough to sit at a family table during the holidays, you know that tamales are more than just food. They're tradition. Made from soft corn dough, wrapped in husks, and filled with meats, chilies, or sweet fruits, tamales are passed down through generations, shaped by the hands of mothers and grandmothers, filled with history and love. They're comforting, familiar, safe. But what if I told you one woman used that comfort to hide something monstrous? This is the story of Anabel Gómez López, La Tamalera, a beloved tamale vendor in Mexico City whose culinary fame was built not on seasoning or skill, but on something far more sinister. In the bustling streets of Mexico City, where the scent of tamales lingers in the air and food carts line the sidewalks like clockwork, there lived a woman named Anabel Gómez López. To the casual commuter, she was more than just a street vendor. She was La Tamalera. Anabel's exquisite tamales earned her widespread recognition. Combining authentic Mexican flavors with her own unique touch, she attracted loyal customers from near and far. Her success wasn't just about the food, it was about heritage. In every bite, people tasted home, culture, and celebration. Her tamales became a symbol of tradition, earning her respect and affection from her community. To many, she wasn't just feeding bellies, she was preserving the soul of Mexican cuisine. But behind the aroma of masa and stewed meats was a secret so horrifying, it would stain the city's memory forever. It began with a neighbor. One who, over time, grew uneasy with the strange smells drifting from Anabel's house. It wasn't the usual scent of cooked spices or corn husks. It was something sour, rotten, something wrong. There were sounds, two soft thuds, muffled cries, things no one wanted to believe were real. Eventually, the neighbor made the call to emergency services. When authorities entered the small, dimly lit home, they stumbled upon a scene pulled straight from a nightmare. In the center of the living room lay the remains of a young woman stripped of her flesh, her bones bleached and abandoned on the floor. The discovery sent a chill through the neighborhood. People stared at one another in disbelief. The tamale lady? As the investigation unfolded, the horrifying truth spilled out like the contents of a pot overturned. The tender texture, the rich flavor of Anabel's tamales, they hadn't come from culinary skill alone. Authorities discovered she had been luring vulnerable young women into her home with promises of food and shelter. Many were migrants, runaways, or simply alone in a city too big to notice them vanish. Once inside, Anabel slaughtered them, butchered them, and used their flesh in her food. Her tamales had been made from human meat. But the horror didn't stop there. During her interrogation, Anabel confessed without flinching. She had killed more than 50 women over the course of several years. Her first murder, she claimed, happened out of desperation. She had spent all the money she had and couldn't afford meat for her tamales. Then, as if by fate, she spotted a little girl walking alone down the street, clutching a backpack and looking lost. In that moment, Anabel heard a voice, dark, commanding, inhuman. "There," it told her. "There is the solution to your problem." Pretending to help, Anabel brought the girl into her home, offered her food, and promised to call her family. Inside the girl's bag were phone numbers, a home address, a way out. But the call was never made. Anabel murdered the child that same day. She told investigators that it was difficult at first, that killing a child shook her. But over time, she became numb to the process. Efficient, even. She taught herself how to strip the bones clean, how to slice the meat for perfect texture, how to mask the flavor with spice and smoke. Her tamales grew popular. People came back for seconds. No one suspected a thing. In court, her attorney claimed mental illness, said that Anabel believed the devil was speaking to her. But the jury wasn't moved. Neither were the families of the missing. Her cold, unapologetic demeanor sealed her fate. When the judge read her sentence 25 years in prison for murder and public endangerment, Anabel barely blinked. "They only caught me because of the gas leak," she said later. "That damn hose. I had just changed it." To this day, the story of Anabel Gómez López lives on in hushed whispers, viral TikToks, and late-night horror podcasts. Though many believe it to be an urban legend, a macabre tale spun from internet folklore, the fear it evokes is very real. Because even if La Tamalera never truly existed, her story taps into something primal. The betrayal of trust, the horror hidden behind the ordinary. So next time you find yourself drawn to a street corner by the warm scent of tamales, maybe pause for just a second. Because sometimes, what we hunger for has a taste we'll never forget.